Hey guys, Ty Lord here with my October pickups. I have video games and some movies, mostly VHS, a couple DVDs, some Blu-rays, and some laser discs of all things. So I'll start off with my video games. Let me get those. I only picked up a few this month, or only two actually. One of them I talked about before, Silent Hill HD collection for Xbox 360. The reason why I got this was because I was in a Silent Hill mood after playing Silent Hill 1 for Omega Ace's Halloween video game boss challenge. I really got into Silent Hill 1 and it made me want to play the other games. I had never beaten Silent Hill 3 before, so I went back and I actually bought this with some credit at the video game store because I was hoping to stream it on Twitch with my Series X. But unfortunately, this game is not allowed to be shared or streamed through Xbox, so it's kind of a waste because I already had it on PS3. But anyway, I played through it anyway on Xbox. I played through Silent Hill 2 again, which is awesome. I appreciate that game more and more every time I play it. And then I played through Silent Hill 3, which is kind of a slog, but man, it has some high points in that game. It's a really cool game, direct sequel to Silent Hill 1, whereas Silent Hill 2 is pretty much not related to either game. Really cool, really good graphics. I think it's all in-game cutscenes in Silent Hill 3, which is cool to see. Usually it's like in-game graphics, and then all of a sudden it'll cut to a cutscene that looks way different than the game. Not knocking the first two games, but it kind of flows more seamlessly on Silent Hill 3 because it has in-game graphics, which are really good for the cutscenes. If they're not in-game graphics, they're really close to the character models. They were really good in this game. I beat it on easy because it was hard for me even to beat it on easy. The enemies and everything are very, very simple, but just getting lost, I didn't want to keep backtracking and struggling, so I put it on easy. And I beat the last boss with a sword, so I unlocked the infinite machine gun, so I can go back and play it on normal and hard with the infinite machine gun now. But yeah, I recommend this. I don't know if this has been patched up. I know there was a lot of big complaints about this before, but I didn't really see too many problems with it. But this is probably the cheapest way you can play Silent Hill 3 right now because it's so expensive. I have the physical copy on PS3, or PS2, pardon me, but with a nice soundtrack. That's the thing I forgot to mention, the freaking music in this game. In all the Silent Hills, there's just like one banger after another. This has vocal tracks too. I don't really know the name of the singer that does them, but they're all like bangers. Like I could just sit there and listen to her songs all day long. It's the composer is Akira Yamaoka is his name. I can't remember his name, but he freaking loved his style of music. Kind of like I can't really describe it. Most of it sounds like rock music, but sometimes it has kind of like a 70s vibe. And a lot of good vocals, a lot of piano music, really cool. And then because I was really into Silent Hill, same place, I had credit, and a while back I had traded in a lot of old games and my PSP games. One of the PSP games I traded in was Silent Hill Origins, and I had planned to use my credit from all my PSP games to get Silent Hill Origins for PS2 because that's like the only PSP game I kind of couldn't live without. But I ended up not getting it. I kind of wanted to save my credit to get God Hand for PS2. But after I'm in the Silent Hill move, I went ahead and dropped the $120 on Silent Hill Origins. I had credit, so I would never spend that much money on a video game cash. We got Silent Hill Origins here. Probably one of my favorite Silent Hills. I beat it back in the day when it came out on PSP. Doesn't look much different on PS2. I was hoping there'd be like graphical improvements. It looks way worse than Silent Hill 3, and this came out after. But because it's PSP, you can't really complain. But the game is fantastic, though. It's scary. I think it's kind of less confusing than the other games, and there's beat 'em up elements. The main guy, his name's Travis. He's a truck driver, and he kind of looks and sounds like Jack Burton. His voice kind of sounds like Kurt Russell. I don't know if they were going for that or not, but he's like a truck driver, and this is the only game that I can think of. Maybe Homecoming and Downpour had it, but he can actually like box out the monsters. Like there's a lot of melee attacks. Like you can pick up TVs and safes and chairs and tire irons and beat the crap out of the monsters. This kind of has like beat 'em up elements, which is cool. Although I think the safest thing to do is just turn the flashlight off and sneak past the monsters. It makes the game really scary and intense. Yeah, pretty much just falls in line with the other Silent Hills. I think it's probably just as good as the main line Silent Hill games. Okay, on to the pickups. And I forgot to mention, I got a package from RetroTiburon last month. And I wasn't going to share it yet. I wanted to do a video with my daughter because he had sent some toys for my daughter. So I wanted to do a video with her, but she's playing shy lately. Like she doesn't want to make videos anymore. I don't know. I'll talk her into it. Maybe our next He-Man update, I'll have her show off the toys that RetroTiburon sent me. But for now, I'll just show off the videos that he sent me. And we'll start off with VHS trash. He always sends me Burt Reynolds movies, and I haven't seen half of them. I do like Burt Reynolds. Here's Tempted. Something I would never buy, but he always sends me every Burt Reynolds movie. I guess I should keep them and start a collection. Looks like a sexy thriller type movie. It's got Peter Fasinelli and Saffron Burrows. I don't know if I'm ever going to watch that. Here's a sealed copy of The World Is Not Enough, which I have, but I didn't have a sealed copy. That's pretty cool. Pierce Brosnan's third movie. I think it came out in 1999, directed by Michael Apted. A pretty cool movie. Probably one of my least favorite Bond movies, but I still like it a lot. The theme song, what is the band? Garbage does the theme song. It's a really cool James Bond theme song. Really classic James Bond sounding theme song in that. I'm glad he sent me this because I was just looking through my DVDs and I have every single Halloween except the first one. I don't know how I ended up doing that. Here's Blockbuster Presents Halloween, the original classic. So this is definitely staying in my collection. My favorite Halloween movie, of course. I think it's everyone's favorite. My buddy Frank over at I Want My TV Now, I think this is his favorite movie of all time. Yeah, John Carpenter's Halloween from the late 70s, at 78, 79-ish. Anyway, and here's the favorite out of all the movies he sent me. Here's Jean-Claude Van Damme and Kurt McKinney in No Retreat, No Surrender. This is a freaking good martial arts movie. Corey Yuen directed it, who did a lot of Hong Kong Kung Fu movies and some stunt work in some of my favorites like King of the Kickboxers. And actually, you know what? He did the newer movie DOA, the video game movie, which everyone trashes, but I love that movie. This is probably my favorite movie of his. No Retreat, No Surrender. Pretty much Karate Kid style movie. Jean-Claude Van Damme's the bad guy in it. This is one of his earliest movies. Kurt McKinney is the main star. He's like the young man who moves to a new town. His dad's a crippled martial artist. Jean-Claude Van Damme crippled him. He's kind of the bad guy. He ends up meeting up with Jean-Claude Van Damme in the ring. In the meantime, he's being trained by the ghost of Bruce Lee. Like it's kind of a supernatural thing. Like he's doing all of the Bruce Lee katas and training. There's a lot of good intense martial art workouts routines in this. Of course, he meets a girl. Of course, in the new town. It's pretty much copies the Karate Kid formula, or it might even sort of like a Showdown with Billy Blanks. I don't know. I think that's based on the same script as Karate Kid. I'm not sure which one ripped which one off, but This is a fantastic movie. The fighting at the end is awesome. Highly recommend this movie. Cool to see Jean-Claude Van Damme as a bad guy. He plays a really good bad guy in this. And then some DVDs he sent. The Girls of Bond. I already had this DVD, but it's nice to have another one. Bond Girls Are Forever documentary. Bond Girl photo gallery. All right. Bond Girl timeline. I know all about that. James Bond Special Edition DVD catalog trailer. The Bond theme, Bond versus Oakenfold. It must be that Oakenfold rendition of the Bond song. And here they are, some of my favorites right there. I think I've shown these before. There's Carrie Lowell. I love that actress, and she was in License to Kill. She played Pam. There's Jill St. John as Tiffany Case, freaking hot redhead. There's old, what's her name? She's in this one. She just got me. That actress's name is Sophie Marceau. Hottie in The World Is Not Enough. Electra King was the character's name. And there's Honey Rider, Ursula Andress right there. Jane Seymour, probably everyone's favorite, played Solitaire. There's one of the Gypsy girls. I forget if it was Zora or what were their names? Zora and Lida. Oh, I can't believe I forgot. And there's the actress's name is Madeline Smith. She played the Italian agent that Bond was shagging at the beginning of Live and Let Die. I think she didn't have a name. I think she was just called Italian Girl. Or was it Miss Caruso? And there's Thumper from the Bambi and Thumper duo in Diamonds Are Forever. This girl, I can't think of the actress's name. She's a real class act. I was listening to her on, she had an interview on Really 007 podcast. It's cool to see a lot of these actresses like keep up with the fan community, like they do the conventions and all that. I wish we had James Bond conventions here in the United States, but they're all over there in England. And here's old Natasha from GoldenEye. Yeah, hottie. I've never really seen her in any other movies than this. And then, okay, here, this is one of the toys he sent for my daughter. They're called Sky Dancers. They're these little dolls that spin around. It came with a DVD. My daughter watched it, and she literally loves the toy. I'll have her talk to the toy, talk to you about this toy. Spins around. I guess it's like a dangerous toy that got banned, and you can't buy them on eBay. But there's the DVD. It's kind of like a X-Men or style animation in this. It's kind of like a mixture of like She-Ra and My Little Pony and X-Men or something. Okay, and then on to the Blu-rays. And he sent me this movie, which I'm glad because it's like probably my second favorite movie ever made. And he didn't like it. He just watched it for the first time. What kind of human being is this? Enter the Dragon. I didn't have it on Blu-ray, but nice of him to send me that. He was saying rubbish like this movie's boring. Like, I don't know what. I thought this movie was action-packed ever since I was 6 years old. Bruce Lee, John Saxon, and Jim Kelly, the three main leads, joined a tournament to bring down a drug lord, a sex trafficking, one-handed martial artist that runs a tournament. A great movie, directed by Robert Klaus. Right, Bruce Lee's first big like international movie. I think it was released shortly after he passed away. But if you want to watch a video on this, go check out Aaronetic. I'll try to remember to leave a video in the description. He has a thorough video on this, probably one of the best I've ever seen. Like one of my favorite movies I've ever seen. The music in this, the Lalo Schifrin music is freaking fantastic. All the characters in here are so freaking memorable. I don't know what Tiburon's talking about, boring, but And then he sent me Rambo 3 on Blu-ray, which I did not have, and I haven't seen this one in years. It would be like a first-time watch. Written by Stallone and Sheldon Lettich, so it must be good. And here's Rambo, and I'm glad he sent me this one because I didn't have it. This was the one that came out like 10 or 15 years ago, part 4, and this is really good. So glad to have that one. Yeah, I saw that one at the show. And then my own pickups for movies. I just picked this one up on DVD not too long ago, but I'm glad I got it on VHS because it's a great movie. White Knights with Gregory Hines and this guy Baryshnikov, Mikhail Baryshnikov. I can't pronounce his name. He's like an athletic little dancer guy. He's like a ballet dancer. I don't know if he's a ballet dancer by trade, and he starred in this movie where he plays the ballet dancer. He's Russian, but he's a pretty darn good actor. So I don't know if he's an actor first, ballet dancer second, or ballet dancer first, actor second. Kind of a weird, different movie. It's really good. It's a kind of a suspense drama. This guy is he's a famous American celebrity. He's like a ballet dancer, but he's from Russia, and he defected to the United States. And then for whatever reason, he was going overseas to perform, and his plane had problems over Russia, and it did an emergency landing in Russia, and the Russian officials captured him and took him back into their custody. They were making out to the American media and everything that he's hurt and he's in the hospital, but they just wanted him to perform for them. And the bad guy is this Russian general guy that he's really good in this. He's really scumbag. He's like a KGB officer. He's sort of like the villain of this movie. I wish I remember the actor's name. Raymond Greenwood. Oh no. Oh no, that's not it. Oh no, that's the Gregory Hines character's name. Gregory Hines is a tap dancer that ended up in Russia, and his whole family thinks that he's like a sellout and he defected to Russia, but he's over there. He performs tap dancing in Russia. Really weird movie, and his wife is Isabella Rossellini, who's really hot in this. I'm surprised she never was in any Bond movies. I could picture her being in Living Daylights or something. She has this Russian accent in here. Also, what's her name? Other hotties in here. Is her name Helen Mirren? Was in here when she was young. She's kind of like an old love interest to old Mikhail there over in Russia. Kind of a suspense drama movie. These two guys get together and they train dancing together, but in the meantime they're trying to find a way to escape to get back to the United States. Pretty cool movie, suspenseful, kind of like some love stories in there, and suspense drama. And it has the Lionel Richie song, Say You, Say Me. I remember this music video always being on when I was a kid. And they don't really play it during the movie, but during the credits it plays. A really nice song. And Phil Collins' Separate Lives is in here too. And this is a weird tape, it's sealed on every side. That's kind of strange. I wonder if this is worth anything. It's sealed on, I guess you open it up on the side. It's really weird. Or early cassette tapes like that. It's sealed up on every side. Then here's another one from my childhood. I think my folks rented this, and I didn't get the humor back then, but I watched it as an adult, and it was pretty funny. Down and Out in Beverly Hills with Richard Dreyfuss and Nick Nolte's in here and Bette Midler. This is a really weird movie. This guy is this rich dude. Richard Dreyfuss and his wife live in Beverly Hills. They're these rich people, and Nick Nolte's like this bum that freeloads on him. He ends up having sex with her daughter and everything. But he just invites himself into the family, and he's running the show. It's a weird movie. It's been a while since I've watched that. Anyway, there we go. I thought that was a nice clean copy though. I like these older VHS tapes. What a fool I am for buying VHS tapes. I'm thinking eventually if I lose interest in them, I have quite a few I could start selling on eBay, make a little bit of money. Speaking of stuff I'm not gonna keep, I'm giving this stuff away to my buddy Mark the Game Shark. This laser disc I picked up today. I got all these for like under $9, and there's some good ones in here. Rocky 2, which I'm probably gonna keep, and then Bram Stoker's Dracula's by Francis Ford Coppola. That's kind of cool to have that on laser disc with Keanu and Anthony Hopkins. Oh, Gary Oldman, of course, plays Dracula. Keanu, Winona Ryder, looking fantastic. And I think these are the ones I'm going to give to Mark. We got to start off with the best one, Playboy Karaoke Collection, Limited Edition, Volume 4. I don't know if this is just songs playing with sexy ladies dancing around. But it's got Hard Day's Night, Nowhere Man, a lot of Beatles songs. Wow. You Really Gotta Hold, the Beatles version. What's Up? Four Non-Blondes, Lost in Love, Rome, Love Shack, This Masquerade, How Am I Supposed to Live Without You, Michael Bolton. Please Mr. Postman, Sweet Dreams, Best of My Love, the Eagles. Wow. I Shot the Sheriff, Eric Clapton. Greatest Love of All, Whitney Houston. So I promised to give this to Mark. Don't tell him, or don't say anything. It's kind of sealed. I might just give it to him. I was kind of wanting to open it up and give it a spin. But that's going to Mark, and all these are going to Mark. I picked this one up. I've never seen it. I've been meaning to watch it. Casablanca. I'm always clowning on these young kids never seeing Jaws and everything, but I'm kind of guilty of that too. Like, I've never seen the classics like Casablanca with Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, and Paul Henreid. So I got to give this a spin too before I send it. Another one here I need to watch. It's going to send it over to Mark. Lawrence of Arabia. With Jack Hawkins, Jose Ferrer, Anthony Quayle, Claude Rains, Arthur Kennedy, Omar Sharif, and Peter O'Toole is Lawrence. A pretty great cast there. And if I've seen this, it was so long ago I don't remember anything about it. I need to watch that. Here's a pretty good one, the Frank Langella starring Dracula. I think it was from 78 or 79. And Laurence Olivier's in there, I think. Oh, Donald Pleasance is in it too. Wow, I gotta watch this again before I send it over to Mark. And then, last one, I'll probably keep this one for myself. This is another one I have to rewatch, Apocalypse Now. Another, what's his name? Marlon Brando. And who else was in here? Written by Francis Ford Coppola. Didn't he direct it too? Anyway, there was a lot of Dennis Hopper, Lawrence Fishburne, Martin Sheen, Robert Duvall. Gotta rewatch that one. So I'm probably keeping that one for myself unless anyone else wants this. Looks like it has several discs in there. Nothing fancy though, it doesn't open up or anything. So I'm surprised they actually had a lot of laser discs there at Rasputin's today. The gal at the cashier said a lot of them came in and they've been selling a lot. I got there too late. I wish I would have seen the selection, 'cause these are about the best movies I could find there. But I might go back and look through them again. Anyway, so that's all my media for October and my video games. Shout out to RetroTiburon for sending me those nice movies. And I guess that'll do it for this month, or for October. Like I said, tried to take it easy with the games. All the games I got were with credit, which I was planning to save that to get God Hand, which is an expensive game. But I ended up just getting some Silent Hills. I probably end up liking those better anyway. And I gotta have Silent Hill Origins in my collection. So have a great November, everyone. Stay thankful. A shout out to all my buddies. Glad to see Dean's recovering nicely from the heart surgery. Still thinking about you, Dean. What else? I guess I can't think of anything else. So have a good November, guys.